Henry Steele here. I am doing a second video about drawing squares on the chart, but this time, as per the request of someone on the forum I run, I'm going to show it in a downtrend because the previous video I showed it in an uptrend. So we'll go ahead and go here. This is the Great British Pound US dollar. It's a 4-hour chart like before, and I've already scaled this chart using the same method I did in the previous video, and I scaled it to a 1-to-2 ratio, meaning 1 unit of time for every 2 units of price. So the market is once again scaled to the same that it was in the previous video. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and start with the downtrend right here, and I'm going to show you drawing the squares in the downtrend is pretty much the exact same as drawing them in the uptrend. The only difference is your angles are reversed. So let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to use this top down here to this bottom. Excuse me. Then I'm going to draw the angle down here like this, and we see that we have a 288.1 degree angle. So let's bring the calculator up. 288.1. Now to draw the two sides of the square, all we have to do is add 90 degrees to this. We get 378.1 degrees, which is larger than 360, so we need to subtract 360 to get our degree of 18.1. So we're going to put an 18.1 degree angle at both the bottom and the top right here. See 18.1 and then 18.1 up here. Just like that. And drag this down here a little bit. Then to see, this is a 288.1. We're going to draw this right here. 288.1 degrees. So now we have the fourth side of the square, but to figure out exactly where we need to place it, we're going to draw a 45. We're going to add 45 degrees to this angle right here, plus 45. That gives us a 63.1 degree angle. So we put that right down here at 63.1 degrees. Then that gives us this nodal point right there, gives us the placement of our fourth side. So now we have our square drawn, and we just need to draw the second internal angle to get our center point. And to do that, all we have to do is subtract 90 degrees to get negative 26.9 degrees, and then we add 360 degrees, which gives us a 333.1 degree angle. And we put that down here, and then 333.1. That gives us our center point right here. So the center point is pretty much pointing to between these two candles right here. So it's pretty much this high right here. And just like in the previous video, we can go ahead and drag the angles, the internal angles down to create further squares. And if we look to see where this one lands, we see that it's right here. And this isn't the most optimal placement for our angles, or I should say for the center point of the square. As you can tell, the first one, it landed kind of right here. This one's landing right here, and I bet if we draw another square below it, we're going to get another really minor, insignificant crossover. And let's see, whoops. Yeah, see, we're timing this little movement right here. So that's really not what we're after. So the solution to that is one of two things. First, you can play around with the scale if you want to and adjust the scale to see if you can find one that works. But the thing that I usually like to do is when I'm forecasting with squares, I like to keep it to a single swing movement like this, or a 1, 2, 3 like this. See how we have the move down, that's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. Well, if we look at this one, we actually have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the more swings you have in the square that you're testing on any given time frame, it's going to start to give you more and more, I guess, random results because you have more little cycles involved in what's going on. So the most I really like to do is a 1, 2, 3, although I like to keep it at the single swing placement if I can. But we'll go ahead and draw another angle. We'll use the exact same low, but this time we're going to start with this top right here. We'll put that right there, and we have a 283.3 degree angle. So we have 283.3, and then we're going to add 90 degrees to that, subtract 360. We have a 13.3 degree angle. I'll put those on. Excuse me. 13.3 degrees here. And, whoops, I picked the wrong thing. I just deleted that one. Way to go. Okay. 13.3 degrees, then 13.3 degrees from up here. And then we will add 45 degrees to this. That gives us our 58.3 degree internal angle. 58.3. And then we will subtract our 90 degrees. Adding 360 gives us a down angle of 328.3 degrees from this corner here. 328.3 degrees. Now we actually have a square that's usable. 283.3, so we can draw this side. And we will put this up here. Now we have our square, and we notice that the center of the square is actually at this nice big top right here. That's optimally where we would like it. So if we go ahead and pull our angles down here, we should discover that the squares that we draw are much more usable. Let's go ahead and draw this right here. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful. We went from this top down to this bottom right here. So we had the nice bottom right there. Then if we drag them down again, like this, then from the center we see that we have this nice bottom here that moves up to the top. Not quite as significant as this bottom or this top, but you can see how using the 1, 2, 3 as opposed to the full 5 swings right there, we get better turning points from the center point of the square. So I hope that answers the question for the downtrend, using the downtrend, drawing the squares on the downtrend. Downtrend, excuse me. And also to keep, if you're having issues with finding good turning points with your squares, either adjust the scale or adjust the swings that you're using, the number of swings. So until next time, this is Henry Steele.